What's going on, everybody? It's JT here with JT Invest in You, and today we have another great episode. We have the team over at Metapunks. And I know everyone that watches this channel knows that I don't talk too much about NFTs, but this is a really exciting project, so I'm really happy to have them all on. So without further ado, let's bring on all of our guests. What's going on, everybody?
Everything's good and you?
Everything is terrific. I appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, not a problem. It's always tough when there's multiple guests. It's hard to know who to address certain questions to. But I'll start this one off pretty vague. We can start with you, Valerie, if you'd like to take this one. Could you just give my audience a brief description on a background of yourself, who you are and how you came into the blockchain space, the NFT world, and so forth?
My name is Valerie, and maybe you knew about me as a meta boy previously. And I have a lot of experience in tech. I worked in Google for quite a long time, about 4 years. And I heard about cryptocurrencies quite early when I was at school. And I remember I was even mining Bitcoin on my PC, not even on GPU, like in 2014 or something. But of course, I didn't end up with a lot of Bitcoin. And more seriously, I started to invest in crypto in 2017 when there was some mania, but there were no projects, just like investment and stuff like that. And after a huge crash, when everything got down like 10x or something, I lost interest a little bit. But in 2020, I think I started to following again. And it was a summer of DeFi and a lot of NFT projects. And it started to see that crypto is not just money, it's also like computation platform when you can do a lot of things. You can rebuild whole financial system and extend it in many ways which were not possible before.
That makes complete sense. I mean, your story is a little similar to mine. I started around, probably like 2016, 17 and rode that wave up and also rode it all the way back down and became a little disinterested after that, but found my way back around 2019, 2020. Let's move on to you, Flo. How about you? What is your background and how did you end up in the NFT space?
My background it's been more than 10 years that I've been an expert in digital communication, social media advertising, and developing multiple projects that I had along my career. And I came across cryptocurrency, I think, at the end of 2000 and like September 2020. I have been trading penny stock before that for like 6 or 7 years, and I've heard about Bitcoin a lot of time. Didn't really pay attention to it, but in September 2020, I started to get really into the blockchain technology first because I wanted to understand first the base of everything, and then after I started to invest in late 2020 in crypto until the peak of April. Fortunately for me, with the experience of trading, I knew that I had to take some profit before the big dump.
Yeah.
But then after I started to dig deeper into, like Valerie said, the technical opportunities that blockchain and this new technology could afford. And I really wanted to use my experience in communication and managing community, creating utility to a good NFT project. And then after I found the Metapunks team, I've been working now with the Meta Labs and Metapunks collection NFT. And I have to say that I'm very exciting because at first, when I dig into the NFT space, it was a lot of discussion about floor price and design, and I didn't really find some real utility behind the project. But now I'm really happy to be part of the Metapunks team, and I know the vision of the long-term vision we have in this project, and I definitely want to be part of it to create utility for the holder and change the game. Basically, like we want to build. I think the real NFT project, the one that are really building every day, are going to be the next successful company in the future world that we're going to see. And that's why I wanted to be part of the Metapunks project, and that's how I came across crypto and NFT space.
That makes sense. I appreciate that answer. And last but not least, how about you, Daria? How did your journey begin, and how did you end up here in the NFT world?
Yeah, thank you. So I'm also a tech specialist. So I work in Google and work in BK, the Russian social network. So programmers love technology, and by the way, like crypto. I think I knew about crypto when our friends was Valerie made the first version of Cardano, and they tried something to make a wallet and to try first transactions. That was really fun, but I had nothing. I had no idea what it did in those times. Now I understand what it did, and it's really really nice. Yeah, so I was inspired of like 3D clothing. Maybe like when you can build clothes or whatever part of avatar in 3D, and you can add animation and stuff. And there's like a lot of 3D designers that made it, and I was really inspired on that. And that's how I know about NFT. And I really love this utility. So that's why we decided to make a 3D avatars and make it like a stylish. And some designers made clothing for us for our avatars. So yeah, now we're here.
Awesome, awesome. So that brings us to the main question. What is Metapunks and what separates it from other NFT collections and projects that are on the marketplace currently?
I think that Valeria and Daria could confirm, but there is many things going on now with our project, and we are on building different utility. The main innovation of the NFT collection is the NFT themselves, because it's not only 2D art. Every one of the Metapunks NFT that you can hold, it's a 3D animated avatar that you will later be able to integrate in the different metaverses that we will see appearing. And so this is the base. And from this base, this is the first innovation of the NFT themselves. And now we want to build more utility for the holder, and also create a DeFi platform that will be powered mainly by the Meta token, the token that we will create for the project. So the base is this: the innovation of the NFT themselves, and after keep building utility based on DeFi sector, and after we will also build on the gaming sector. We have a lot of collaboration going on, so that's the base of the project.
Now, I mean, for somebody like me that has a hard time grasping how to value certain NFTs, it's part of the reason I stay out of the space. One of the things I always thought was lacking was that utility or something to sort of drive the demand, or something to do with it. Otherwise, I mean, which is fine. You're just buying art, and if that's what you want to do, then that's beautiful. I have art on my walls in the other room. Like I buy, it's beautiful. But coming from an investment standpoint, or something that you might intend or hope increases in value, it's really hard for me to understand how to value that. So could you speak a little bit more to what type of utility you're trying to bring to the project?
Original vision was really focused on the metaverse, and we are still have this same vision, but at some point we realized that metaverse is not in the state we wanted to be. So right now it's not so much usability. Yeah, you can use your Metapunks in a few projects and it works pretty good, but not a lot of people do it, and it's not a huge community. So we are shifted our vision for now, at least at the community side, and at DeFi side, which related to our project Cometa, which we're building now. I think about community side, Florian may say better,
Yeah,
because he's
the
the one
global
who...
vision, the global vision of the utility. If you want to explain it to people, because I feel you, I feel what you said. When you come across this whole NFT space, it's pretty hard to understand what's the exact value of a project. And I think that's the thing that you have to explain to you simple. The vision we have is that the Metapunks project is the company we want to build, and the NFT you hold, it's like a share of this company. By holding the NFT, you will be part of all the next project that we will build, and you will be rewarded by having a Metapunks. And every project that we want to build, whether it's the next Cometa DeFi platform or the next collection that we are building now with different projects on Algorand, the point is you participate to every decision to build every project with us, and all the benefits, financial profits or notoriety that we will get from these different projects, you will be rewarded, whether it is with airdrop, with investment opportunity, with gaming night, with more event, with collaboration. So this is really the vision that the team we have at the Metapunks. This is Metapunks project is the company we want to build, and your NFT, it's like your share in this company. And holding an NFT of this company, because I think we can call it a company, will give you a lot of privilege that you wouldn't be able to have if you don't hold the Metapunk. So this is where we go beyond the hard, beyond the floor discussions price. And the team is, I met the team a few months ago, and I can tell you that they are really invested. They work a lot. They have a lot of expertise in developing, like the Cometa DeFi platform that Valerie and Daria and Nikita are developing right now. I think it can really be a game changer in the Algorand ecosystem, but even outside the Algorand ecosystem. So yes, of course, some of the feature of this platform and this new service will be available to the public, to the general public, but we will also create exclusive utility and exclusive feature for the holders.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, before we get into anything too technical, I'm looking at the website here. It's a beautiful website. Actually, it does look really great. I must ask, who was the original designer for the, like who originally came up with the idea for the Metapunks, and then why did you choose Algorand to launch the Metapunks on?
Oh, that's a very nice question. So as I told you, I was inspired of 3D. So yeah, in the first version, I think we made in Blender, just for fun. And after that, just add some new glosses and stuff, and write our own generator of 3D models. And after that, made a collaboration. Here's Metapunks. It's a collaboration Metapunks with some designers from different an Algorand project, different Algorand NFT project. It's very fun. Yeah, and your second question was very interesting about
Why the
I
choose of
forgot.
Algorand?
Yes. Yeah.
Wild hunt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's we had a deep research, and Valerie read amazing article about why Algorand. And yeah, Valerie, you want to
Uh,
share your thoughts?
yeah, I think that there are a lot of reasons for choosing Algorand. First, there are a lot of technical reasons. So there are a lot of blockchains with different properties. And if you look at it as a whole, Algorand has quite a lot of advantages in terms of digitalization, TPS, and just like general tech. I think I shouldn't go too deep into it, but yeah, as Daria said, there is an article which explains mostly technical perspective, while Garant is at least very competitive among other blockchains. And other reason was that it was a good opportunity from market perspective because Algorand is very early
Yeah.
and smart contracts were launched not so long ago, maybe a year or so. And for example, one feature which is super important to our DeFi platform is contract to contract calls.
Yep.
So we are not just building on the first layer, we are building on top of other projects. We interact with DEXs such as TinyMan and HubbleSwap. And we see a lot of potential in Algorand because it just have everything set up. It has like a lot of funds. It has quite a large TVL. It has a very strong technical team, and the product is great. But it's super early, and we want to be early somewhere because otherwise the field is already taken. There are
Yeah.
like hundreds of projects in Ethereum, and Ethereum already reached um, some like maximum amount of DeFi
Yeah.
projects. Maybe not maximum, but not a lot of room to grow.
No, I know what you're saying because I mean, from a business standpoint, it's like a double-edged sword because you want to potentially go where the money is and where the liquidity is, which is Ethereum. But on the other hand, you're also entering a very saturated field if you do that. Where over on Algorand, it's so new, it's so fresh that you could be one of the first big projects on Algorand versus trying to jump into a sea of 100, 200, 300, as you mentioned before. So that makes complete sense to me. Let's talk a little bit about the roadmap. I know you guys mentioned the Meta token. What will the Meta token be used for, and when does that launch? Whoever wants to take this, sorry, like I said, it's hard to pose the question directly to.
So, yeah, basically we launched the Meta platform. The first it will be yield farming, after that auto compounding, and after that auto strategies. So it's like a DeFi platform. So the Meta token will be the main token for the manage all this platform to pay rewards, to pay governments maybe, right? And yeah, so this is a basic token. Also, we'll now I think soon launch Gamify Launchpad it's like initial token sale. So when you can play a game, easy game, and earn token. So will be used also Meta token there. Yeah. So basically, it's for that. Airdrop, I think, will be soon this month, April for sure. Now we prepare some infrastructure for that. Yeah, so soon.
And how do people take part of the airdrop?
You need a Metapunk
Okay, that's the only way in.
funds
Yeah,
holder.
yeah.
Yeah.
For now,
Okay.
it's only for Metapunk holders, but maybe there will be future airdrops. For example, one idea we had is airdropping small amounts for all Algorand governance participants.
And what marketplaces are Metapunks listed on right now? I know there's a couple in Algorand.
Yeah, AlgoGems, AB2, AlgoX NFT, somewhere else probably.
Okay, so pretty much all of the big ones.
Well, without Rent Gallery, because for some unknown reason, we
You
cannot get listed
this
there.
No,
right?
that's fair enough. It's a weird listing. I've heard that as well from Rand Gallery. It's an interesting selection
Yeah, I
process.
think they are really busy with application because now we start to see more and more NFT project on Algorand as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have the time to go deep into the utility of the project. And but Algogem, I think I've been talking with the Algogem team, and they have really good feature coming on the Algogem, and I really believe this marketplace could definitely take the link in a few weeks, and we have a very good partnership and very good collaboration with them going on. We are launching a new collection called Legendary Metapunks in the next days or weeks, and I think this collection will be, again, like we said, focus on utility, and will be kind of very new to the whole NFT space because to explain you quickly, every few weeks we will build as a unique one-on-one NFT created in collaboration with another Algorand project. Now we are in talks with Opulus. I don't know
Okay.
if you know about Opulus, yeah?
Of
We are in
course. Yep.
talk with Algorand and Silvio, the founder of Algorand. And basically, every time we will build one unique NFT 3D avatar, this NFT avatar will give you access to hybrid utility. So, for example, we build a unique NFT avatar with Opulus, and the owner of this NFT will have access to perks from the Metapunks project and from the Opulus project as well. So, this collection is to build a strong bond between the NFT space of Algorand and the other project. We think that working in collaboration with the whole project of Algorand, based with utility value, we really think that this will be a successful collection, and especially a very innovative collection, because I didn't heard a lot of NFT collection, whether it is on Algorand or Solana, that are built with hybrid utility, and one
Yep.
NFT could offer you utility from both sides. Maybe it exists a few, but we definitely think that it's going to be. And the first legendary Metapunks will be created in collaboration directly with the mother house, the mothership, Algorand, and we will auction it in the next days, I think.
Yeah, it's cool that you mentioned that you're working on collaborative processes and cooperation with people in the ecosystem. It's actually a really cool point in the ecosystem because we're still so early that you don't really see some of that crazy cutthroat competitiveness that you see on some of the other chains that are already built out. You see a lot more collaboration, just everyone trying to grow the pile together, and I think it's beautiful. That being said, what do you think the future of DAOs are for Metapunks and in general? I see on the roadmap, of course, there is a DAO planned. So if you could just speak a little bit to that, and then how you see the broader landscape of DAOs. We'll start with you, Flo.
I think for the DAO, it will be best to ask Daria because I think
Okay.
I know she has been working a lot on the future project and the future DAO. So maybe Daria will be better to ask this question,
I'll
to answer
start.
this
Beautiful,
question.
beautiful.
So now we have fun. We have a community for holders community. We have our Meta Treasury. Now each week, like we're buying new NFTs, voting for this. We buy some tokens and just have fun. We have poker night that Florian made for us, and now it's more like a fun. But in future, it will be like a protocol DAO for managing our DeFi platform. And Valerie now tell you serious talk about that.
Yeah, for now we are doing like a baby steps. We have a Discord verification bot from NFT Explorer, and only holders of Metapunks can vote in Discord. And we are, as Daria said, we are doing some fun stuff. But in general, I think DAO, like our plan, as many other projects, is slowly move our organization to DAO. And basically it means that this project will not directly depend on us. So right now, I think DAO solves a problem of trust. It's one of the problems it solves. So at first you have to rely on some people who build the project, and they can, I don't know, get tired, move to something else, and the project will die. And the older solution for it is open source. But when you're open sourcing something, it's just code. It's like for programmers, so it's pretty high bar to enter.
Yep.
And
Yep.
when you are building a DAO, you are not just like releasing code. You are building a community when people can vote. And for example, if 50% of holders of token will decide that they want to do some change, the change will happen even if like founders are against it. And it's just a best way to decentralize and make a community decide what they want. So usually companies just do some kind of surveys and collect user feedback and try to understand what user want. But the best way is to make users like do it directly through smart contracts and voting systems. You just vote with zero money, and it's a bad signal what people actually want to do.
And we are in the first step of the DAO, but we already, like for example, the project of this new hybrid collection that I talked to you about. This was actually voted by the holders. We presented the project. We present the project that we wanted to do. We presented the utility that we wanted to create with this project, because every auction that we will make for every one of the legendary Metapunks, the funds will be invested in the Meta Treasury that Daria told you. And the Meta Treasury, it's like a holder investment fund. So first, the holder voted for the creation of this project. We wouldn't have done it if the holder wouldn't have voted for this. They will vote for the collaboration that we will, with which project we will build these legendary Metapunks. And after we receive the fund from every auction, they will vote for the token they want to add to the Meta Treasury and to the holder investment fund. So we are in the baby step, of course, but we are already involving the holder in pretty much all the decision that we want to take for the next project.
That's awesome. Now, I guess I have two questions on everything you guys just said. Is there an on-chain voting system that's in place yet, or how do you tackle the voting for the DAO currently?
On
Yeah,
Discord.
yeah. As I said, right now infrastructure is not fully ready, but NFT Explorer has a bot which can verify that some particular wallet holds some particular NFT, and you can connect it to Discord, so bot automatically gives roles, and only holders have access to special chat, and only holders have access to voting. But in the future, we are planning to build our own DAO, like fully on chain, of course. But I think maybe the best way for us would be not to build it ourselves, but just focus on building Cometa and other stuff, and wait until there will be infrastructure for building DAOs, because there are a lot of projects which are involved in this, and I think eventually it will be much easier to adapt some existing solution.
Yeah, but there are few DAO projects, but they are, I think, now all work in progress. So just waiting them, I think, to collaborate.
Makes sense. Now back to the DAO Treasury that you mentioned before. That kind of seems like it's about to be sort of like an ETF of sorts, where it has a bunch of different assets, not just like one particular type of asset. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and also NFTs.
Right, ETF is kind of index and crypto space, right?
yeah.
And a fund, and each one have like a part of tokens of this fund. We don't have like a tokens DAO treasury tokens. I mean, we have treasury. We try to invest, try to like have fun with that, but now we don't have a direct access to that. You mean you can't just sell, I think, Metapunks and get part of treasury. I think we have to, to make this process more clear from. So it's kind of that, but not the ETF.
Makes sense. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding it properly. And now, looking forward on the roadmap, I see in Q4 of 2022, there's intentions to have multi-chain support in a Meta Launchpad and Meta Bridge to Ethereum and Solana. Can you speak a little bit more to that and why there was a decision to go multi-chain?
That's sorry.
Yeah, I think it's natural for any project to grow to different chains eventually, because I think there will be no future when one chain will be and just have like 99% of market cap. I think the future is multi-chain. And another reason why we are planning to do that is because we're building in rich language, and rich is a high-level language which is compilable to both Algorand and EVM, and they also have plans to support Cosmos and other blockchains. And I think it would be not very hard from a technical perspective to do it, hopefully. And there are no downsides, basically. So, for example, somebody want to have their Metapunk or Meta token on Ethereum on some other chain, and there are no reason for us to prevent it. It only makes things better. The only reason why not go multi-chain, because usually it's very hard, but maybe it will be easier than usual for us.
We had a fun idea, to build a small collection on each chain, and once make a metaverse when they're all collection built together in one metaverse. It sounds fun.
It does sound fun, actually. Well, I appreciate answering all those questions. That I think wraps it up for most of the questions I had in my head for you. Is there anything that I haven't touched on that you want to make sure that my audience knows about the Metapunks project, Metapunks Labs, or anything else that you're working on?
I think we pretty much talked about everything from my side.
I think maybe we can return to the Meta token a little bit.
Yes.
So first, there will be three.
Well, Joker in our chat is asking, how many Metapunks are there total in the collection?
3,000.
We have 2,997 Metapunks from the first collection.
Okay.
We made a few custom Metapunks with some other project. They are basically just art, just for the art market. And now we will build this new collection of legendary Metapunks. There won't be a lot of NFTs from this collection because, as I said, it will take weeks to build every one of them, to find the utility, to make the design, to create everything. So yeah, 2,997 punks for the first collection. That's the basic supply, let's say, from which every one of them will give you the token airdrop and access to all the utility of the project, and the legendary Metapunks that are coming. But I don't think the legendary Metapunks, there will be more than 7 or 8 every year. I don't think. We prefer to really focus on innovation for every one of them and building real and unique NFT that can create a lot of demand and actually change some life that for the owner, like give you access to some really exclusive and unique utilities. So that's the supply we have.
Yeah, one of the things that it was hard for me to grasp in the NFT space at first was just how powerful they are at community building and highlighting the really greatness of a lot of artists out there, because I know personally I have a couple friends that are great painters and they're very horrible at monetizing their work, but they're absolutely phenomenal painters. So this gives opportunity for artists to actually gain market share that they wouldn't otherwise have, and it also is just one of the most powerful community building tools I've really seen in this space. So it's hats off to you guys. I really appreciate you coming on and answering all my questions and letting my audience know about this project.
Thank you for having us, man.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. All right. Well, in the future, once you have all your what is it here? The lineup for the next year or so done, if you want to come back on the show and talk about what you have planned for the rest of the future, I'm more than happy to do it.
We'll be happy to do it as well, yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, take care, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. Bye.